So you want to grow your podcast, but you also want to grow your YouTube channel. I'm going to share with you exactly what you do not want to do coming up. Hi there, this is Ernesto Verdugo, and I want to share with you a short segment of an interview that I did with the great Dave Rogers, where he asked me a very interesting question about podcasting and YouTube. And my answer, I think, is going to open your eyes to something that you might be doing. So let's have a look. You need to make sure that your content is watchable. And this is the most difficult part of it. You need to have retention. So right now, for example, we are creating a podcast out of this video, but we're going to also repurpose this information, and we're going to take the best elements of this conversation, and we're going to make a video, which is also going to be on YouTube. But now, what most people do is they record one piece of content, for example, for a podcast. The podcast lasts 45 minutes. And all they have is banter or questions with each other, which is great for a podcast, but it doesn't necessarily work for YouTube. So in YouTube, the production and the post-production and the B-roll that you put on top of when you're talking about, and the music and some effects and this and that and the other. Most people that have podcasts, for example, they get surprised. Well, I'm not getting any traction of my podcast in YouTube. Well, the reason why you're not getting traction on your podcast in YouTube, it's because you are not giving any post-production to the entire video. So one thing is having a podcast, which is great. So the best way to do it is you create a podcast. It might last half an hour or 45 minutes, whatever you want. And you put it on all the Spotify and all the different platforms. And then you can take that element and just cut it into 2 or 3 pieces, or just one piece, get the best out of it. There's a software that I use that is called Pictory.ai, where you can just upload the video and, take away all the hums and the has, because right now, it's okay in a conversation if I have some hums and has, but in YouTube, you need to be super sharp, because people don't have 30 minutes to watch a video unless you're Oprah Winfrey or Joe Rogan, or unless it's something incredibly fun. So that's why it's so super important for anybody that has a dream of getting and expanding their audience into YouTube, that they get to understand how the algorithm works, but also how they can serve their audience better. And if you think about it, that just basically is the nature of business. You will do well if you serve your audience better. So if you want to add your podcast into your YouTube channel, my recommendation is that you cut it in 2 or 3 segments and give me just a few things, or the best part of it, of the entire interview that you have done, but never, ever, 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 please never upload an entire podcast into your channel, because that does not work on YouTube. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned this important lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in the following video that you can actually watch here. Bye-bye.